Okay, let's have a look at Microsoft Word and some of the features that we can run. And if you notice, I use that little shortcut where we click the Start menu, then we type in Word right here and hit Enter. And that will open up Microsoft Office Word. So what I'm going to do next is use the shortcut to open. Do you remember what that one is? Control O. And then I'm going to navigate to my H drive, my home folder. I've got a demo folder set up for today. I'll click on that, go to IT8, and there's the document. You could also open up a recent document. That should work as well too, if that's something that you had open recently. So we've got a fairly simple document, but let's say I want to format these paragraphs all differently. The first thing I might want to do is indent this paragraph, let's say. Maybe it's in quotations, it might be a block quote. And to indent that, what I need to do, the easiest way to do this is to find the ruler. So we go to View, click on Ruler, and once I've got that paragraph selected, I can select the whole thing if I want to, or just click at the start of the paragraph, drag this over, and it will indent that paragraph. Let's say that I want to double space this paragraph. So I select that paragraph, I click on Home, I find this little button here, Line and Paragraph Spacing, and I can go to 1.5 or double space, whatever I like. And you can see that it actually shows in real time what it's going to look like. Maybe I'll click 1.5 for that. This paragraph, I might want to tighten up a little bit. And if you notice, the default is the default is 1.15. Maybe I'll go to 1, so there's virtually no space in between each line. I'll go to this one, and I want to match the first paragraph, so I'll select 1.5 again. And that's some basic formatting that may help you when you want to get your layout set out just right. I'm going to go to Page Layout, and I might want to change the orientation to landscape as opposed to portrait. So that makes the page wide. Very easy to do. If you ever want to undo something, there's a shortcut for that too. And the shortcut, of course, you can go Edit, Undo, or we can go Control Z. Control Z is a great shortcut to remember as well too. I know we've learned quite a few of them over the last couple of short videos, but Control Z is very important and will save you a lot of time. Okay, I think there's one more thing we'll do, and we'll take a look at graphics. I'm going to insert a picture. We go to Insert Picture, and I'm going to find the picture in that same folder, which was on my H drive. I'm going to navigate down to Demo, go to IT8, and there it is. Now, if I want to move that, it doesn't seem to want to move until we do something like text wrap. So let's go to Wrap Text, and let's say we wrap, well, there's a bunch of different choices. I'll go square like that. Now if I move this, what it will do is wrap the text around, it forms more or less a square, around that graphic, no matter where I place it. That can be handy because it allows you to move the graphic, and in fact, even if you scale it, it'll also adjust the text accordingly. Now, if you notice, if I drag here in the corner, it scales it proportionally. If you want to scale it in only the X or Y plane, click on the middle tabs. And if I click here, it'll drag and exaggerate it in the Y direction. This will exaggerate it in the X direction. I'll undo both of those. Control Z allows me to do that. There's another little trick though. In some programs, when you add graphics and you click in the corner, it does not scale proportionally. Hold down the Shift key. If you hold the Shift key and then drag that corner, it will scale it proportionally. Okay, there's a few other things, but I'm going to save that for another video. What we'll do now is look at different ways to save. And so what we could do is we could go File, Save, or Control S. That will save it in the standard Microsoft format. But we could also go File, Save As. And there's quite a number of choices here. For example, if you've got an old version of Word, you could click Word 97 to 2003 document. And what that does is it saves it as a .doc instead of .docx file. That would mean that if you've got, say, Office 97 at home, you'd be able to email it to yourself and then work on that document at home. You could also save it as a PDF if you wanted to, a portable document format. And all you do is click the PDF and click Save. And that is going to open up. Let's go to the folder and find it. First of all, that will show you what it actually looks like. It'll create the PDF and then open it for you. But we can also go into your folder. Let's just do that. We'll navigate to that same folder again, H drive, and my demo folder, which is right here. IT8. And if we've done that right, here's the PDF file. Okay, let me just have a quick look. I think we've covered just about everything. Well, actually, let's take a quick look at a few of those shortcuts, review a couple shortcuts. If I want to copy this paragraph, do you remember the shortcut? Control-C, I'll hit Enter, and then Control-V is paste. Incidentally, you might notice that sometimes when you hit Enter, it skips a line. If you hit Shift, let's go backspace, Shift, hold down the Shift key and hit Enter, and it will simply go on to the next line and not create a new paragraph. So again, if I hit Enter, you can notice that the spacing is slightly larger. If you hit Shift Enter, it simply goes on to the next line. It's not all that apparent here because I've got the default set to 1.5 lines. But if you notice, there is a little more space in between the paragraphs than there is in between the lines. By default, this puts an extra line in. I think that's everything, and that's it for now.